what I'm trying is something a little different. And I've got someone who is in my Facebook group. Thank you very much for popping in. I can't see who you are because you haven't given permission for Facebook to show your name on screens. But that's okay. It's not an absolute necessity, so I'll take that off. What I'm trying first is I'm going live with my Be Live to 2 channels, the YouTube and Facebook mytimetv.live. And I'm going live at the same time using my eCam through the Restream. So that one's to the other 3 destinations that are the usual ones that I have done in the morning via eCam and Restream. I'm doing this as a experimental just to see how it turns out using 2 at once. So good morning, Stephen. You're coming through on my time, tv.live, because you're Facebook and you're on Be Live. I have Sarah, who's just put her name there. Wonderful to see you there from the group, the Facebook group. It's interesting trying them both because what I thought was wondering how it works, if it's going to slow my system down too much, and if it's actually, I want to do it synchronistically with 2 completely different programs. Is it echoing from one to another? That's the other thing I wanted to find out. So if either of you there are getting an echo, please do let me know. Okay, and Amira, you're watching from South Africa. Wonderful. It's lovely to see you here. It must be early in your morning there. We have Tracy saying good morning as well. And I'd say we probably have Stevie in the UK watching from the card reading group and saying there no echo. Fantastic. I might try this a bit more because it does stretch the reach. I love using the Be Live platform. It's the one that I have as my favorite, and it doesn't reach to Twitch or Periscope, so the eCam does. So that's why I wanted to use eCam, but I just love the quality of what we have in the Be Live and the apps and the functionality of that. So it's 23:24 p.m. in South Africa. I'm just trying to, oh yeah, you would be about that, halfway across. Yeah. Yep. So it's late at night. Cool. That's about the time I love to watch things like this too. Anyway, it is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, the 17th of November here in sunny South Australia. And my dog's under the table, and that's what you just heard, starting with the barking. So what I'm going to do now is swap it round to the next screen, to the cards. We're here for doing the cards, for actually reading these. So the deck that I use is this one. For those who are new and haven't seen this before, it's the Gilded Reverie Lenormand. I love it. And it's the expanded edition too, by the way. Got to focus that camera. Beautiful artwork from Ciro Marchetti, for those who haven't been here. That's wonderful. And I like that heart, little heart down the bottom there. So anyway, we'll keep onwards. This is the general card spread reading that I've been using for over a year. It's coming up close. It'll be close to 2 years shortly. The workspace is in this card position. So we've got the star in the workspace. We've got the storks in our home space. Storks have been showing up this week quite frequently. Actually, so is the stars. We have the man in the unexpected. I know that we had the man recently as well. And we've got fox in that your role. We've had fox turn up a lot too. And we've actually got time as our outcome. So those are the 5 basic positions that I've been using for that length of time, for a long time. So in the mind of you needing to, encourage everyone to actually turn on your own intuitive senses and your intuition, psychic abilities, whichever way you want to describe it, that gut feeling, those inner messages that you're going to receive as you're looking at these cards, as I'm explaining them, as I see them, because that's, it's me that's reading this. So we've got the stars in the workspace. It's bringing out from the depths of whatever there is possible, out into that cosmic space that we don't even know what the extent of our universe, the galaxies, and how far out it actually does reach. There's not the technology that we have yet to be able to discover all the depths. So it's actually being able to, in our work sense, in that mindset of what is possible with our work, to actually reach deep into looking at the possibilities and seeing what there's going to be that is that bright, shiny star that's going to actually sparkle the best, the most, the longest for us, and really stand out. I know that with what we have here, we have a system here on our little earth. Many of the cultures do have systems that's very similar of actually being able to read the stars as far as the patterning and the positions that they hold as we are born, and in each and every moment that there is meaning and influence from the stars into our daily life. So with this zodiac wheel that is showing up behind this beautiful bright star there, we can, if we want to interpret the energies around what is happening in our workspace, we can do that. Even around a business name, when it started, doing something that's a major project, when is the best time to actually do that? It's all the possibilities of how we can delve into actually accessing the energies of the stars. And I think that probably is something that is being brought forward in our workspace today. Just to really think, what way do we want to delve into? Source, explore, all of those types of ways of looking at what our work has in store for us today. So, if you're feeling any sort of sense of doubt, don't doubt it. Just go for it, and jump in and explore what is possible for your workspace today. Whether it's that you are running your own business or whether it's that you're working for someone else, it's still all those different opportunities and options that you might have in front of you. Go for it. Explore. It doesn't mean you have to actually pick up each and every one. It's just finding those possibilities to maybe put on that list of what's next. Okay, and here in our home space, what's next? Wow, we've had the stalks around for a little bit, so it is taking a bit of time to actually get that change happening, to actually really tweak our home space. For me, this one really feels like it's that get some stuff cleaned up, get some stuff tweaked in the home. So I was even looking out the kitchen window this morning thinking, oh, I've got to go and wash the windows. I really need to do that. And today, because they're getting too dirty. Because I live near the sea, it's that salt spray type of thing when it gets rough weather. And we've had a lot of rough weather. And that's what I was waiting for, was for the windy, rainy, interesting weather to dissipate and go. Well, it's looking absolutely beautiful out there, outside this morning, and it really looks like it's calmed down and I need to be washing the windows. So it's something even as practical as that, or just changing your furniture around, or weeding the garden, anything like that. Though this to me feels like it's more of an inside or to do with your home, your actual physical home space. Look, it could be to do with your relationships as well. Just feel where your energy is going with what this card is showing you today. For me, it is going to be, I'm going to wash the windows. So let's see what ends up by the end of the day. It may change my mind. It could be something else. Who knows? And that's the who knows. We still have free will in all that we look at with the cards. Just because the cards are saying, this, doesn't make it set in concrete, okay? There's so many different ways to interpret what we receive as our messages from cards, from any tool. that is along that intuitive psychic senses realm. The older man in our unexpected space. Well, there could be the surprises of someone wanting to help you who is older and who is male. So be open and aware. Say thank you when you're being given an offer of help, or there could be someone of the same, the older gentleman that you need to be helping. If it's your dad, check up on them, check them out, help them. If it's or they're offering to help you, it's just that energy around that wonderful masculine, strong energy. Beautiful sunny day. Look, it's all of those things for us today with the older man, and being in the unexpected position. Sometimes there's wise things that we need to be listening to from the older generation, especially those of you who may be a lot younger. I'm not in that realm anymore. I'm more that third trimester of life, moving through. I think it's a privilege to be aging. I do. Fox in our role. She's. I still feel that it's a she, only probably because I identify with a female. I'm female, so there you go. So that's why I think, oh, good morning, Sharon. How are you? Washing your windows too. I've got one of those little Karcher washers, so it does the little vacuum thing, so it leaves a few streaks, but at least they're clean. I like how the results from it, and it's quick and easy. A little bit of metho in it, spot on. It works well. And now the fox, I doubt the fox would be worried about washing windows either. I feel that the fox is actually, manipulative, cunning, and all the rest. It's all those sort of what the negative connotations is. But I still don't feel that when I see fox in the set. I really feel that it's just, there we go. She's got to turn away and go back and think about how she's still going to be feeding her family type of thing. Still feeling that her part about it. Could be a he as well. So it's just having that position of thinking and nutting out, working out the problem. They haven't managed it this time. They're on the way back, to their den to actually work on it again to get that thinking process to an actual success. It's not nice seeing what a fox does in a chicken coop. So hopefully it's not successful in the manipulative factor of it and all the rest, being that. But you sort of think, wow, congratulations, you've actually fed your family. You've actually worked through the problem of getting into the chicken coop and all that sort of stuff. So transposing that to something that is our realm, our life, what we've got around us. Just think too how much, putting yourself in that position or thinking how you actually would handle it if somebody else was doing this to you, trying to nut out ways like get into your space, what you would do. So it's a bit of the defense attack type, what's the balance and all that we need to do in protecting ourselves as that rooster in the background and his realm. Or being the fox. There's just so many different ways to actually perceive and where each and every one of us actually is in and around us. And us, of course, we're only going to see ourselves from that central position of me. How else do we live our lives? We can't live it as you. So, have that understanding. And Great was looking at, looking at them. Yep. Yes, have that understanding of, in the other shoes as well. And time. We've got all the time in the world we need for whatever we need to be doing. It's just scheduling it. It's just managing it. It's not letting it slip by if we've really got something important to do, or being able to actually have and spend the time as we want to in restfulness, in meditation, in looking after ourselves, in whatever way we need to be in our time. Each and every present moment is a separate second that is gone already. So what I started with here with the stars is already gone as far as the time goes. Making the time, we can't make time. We are just here experiencing what we are living through in each of those seconds. We can't actually hold time as a physical thing. We can't actually stop time. We need to just be recognizing that we as humans with our brains need to be able to gauge it so that we can be in places to meet other people on time so that we're there at the same time in that space and place. It's just time really is just our own construct to measure and gauge so that we can live more structure. Just trying to think of an example when watching Crocodile Dundee as a movie, and I can't remember the characters, but the way of telling the time was not with a clock, even though surreptitiously he had the watch on his hand or somewhere, but he sort of made it look like he was looking somewhere else at the sunrise, all that sort of stuff. A different method of doing time, of seeing time. And yet really it's a non-event, not a nothing. Time isn't there. So, but as an outcome, it's really recognizing, and by the end of our day, what is the outcome? Each and every moment we have our time living is an outcome. We've made it to the next measurement of time. We can say by the end of the day and reflect on how did we actually spend those moments today? Was it productive? Was it restful? Was it what goal you actually wanted from it? And even if it wasn't, what was the surprise? Could have been the older man popping in to give you an absolute blessing in helping or just being present, just sharing time, sharing thoughts and conversation, a coffee, tea, anything. So do spend your day in those wonderful ways of being present with your time and your experiences in what you're moving through in your day to day. So it's lovely. I love starting my day with preparing and getting the cards ready and setting up for doing these live streams. I absolutely do. How can you put an emotion of love to doing something like this? But it's just I really do enjoy it. And it's something I look forward to in the morning. There's been a few where I think, oh God, do I have to do that again? But it really is, once I've moved into this process and jumped on screen like I have this morning and every morning, it's just such a pleasure to actually be part of the wider community of where I'm being present. And I just ask you to be aware and take note for that inner self. What is it that you're doing that you get so much pleasure out of each and every day? There's got to be at least one thing that you can actually create that inner smile and say, wow, I've absolutely loved that. And do you repeat it all the time every day? It doesn't have to be, but in every day, just to find that one thing. It'd be lovely to hear tomorrow morning if you type it, you're here and chatting in the streams, just to put, what did you experience yesterday that was one of those smiling moments? Those, oh, gee, I love doing that. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I have no idea how long I've been on for. I suppose it's about the 20 minutes. My computer's saying 20 minutes. I am still trying to keep this at 15. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Again, thank you for being part of my little experiment of I've got the two of them going, so it looks like it's done well. And look, we'll see you tomorrow morning about 8 o'clock. Keep being the best person that you are. Absolutely love being here. And thank you, Diane, every morning. Well, I have missed a couple, but it's only through, absolutely not being able to do anything else about that. Oh, hi, Sarah. I didn't see that. That's the one thing, having the two different screens going at the same time too with the comments. It's a little bit hard at a minute, but that's all right. Keep being you. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Namaste. Now I've got to turn off 2 of them, and that's going to be interesting. There's one there and that one.